box. This is your crib.
In spite of.
Yeah.
What gave you the motivation to write this book?
Mostly I felt like my story would benefit people who come from similar situations.
Right.
A lot of us come from different situations as far as having a dual parent household, low income housing,
Right.
difficult situations in high school, college, and beyond, and how to get past those, how to navigate through those situations. And so, like, I wanted to be able to lay out parts of my life and give people some sort of motivation or inspiration on how to navigate those times, or be like, he's been through this, how can I get through?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And where can the people purchase this book?
RomeTrav.com, www.rometrav.com. The book is available now for purchase. I want to do another book signing. A lot of people couldn't make the first one, even though we had about 60, 70 people show up.
Right.
Yeah.
Drove, everybody, y'all pulled up, and it was great. You know,
Yeah.
so that was a great experience. But I really just wanted to be able to show people, in spite of their situation, and whatever that may be. Like, you know, everybody may not have had a single parent household.
Right.
Everybody may not have had low income.
Right.
But there's certain things in life, like, you know, I always say, you're going to keep getting tested till you get the message. Like, you know, until you really stop doing the same dumb stuff. Like,
You going,
for me, it was drinking and partying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was one of my crutches. Like, that was like a big vice of mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed that. Like, you know,
have to chill out
and
a
I
little
didn't
bit.
get it. Like, and that's one of the reasons why I never made the NBA.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I highlighted that in the book. You know,
Okay, so beginning of the book, man, you pretty much run through growing up and shit on the east side, you know what I'm saying? And everything throughout your lives, moving around and shit. With growing up with your family and shit. You were where in the family of
I'm the youngest of four.
Yeah.
And I'm the only light-skinned one. and so, like, that was a real that was a real thing.
They gave you the business.
Oh, man. Like, you know, my brother called me anything he could think of.
Right.
Damn.
Like literally. Anything
joke that could come up,
and he got to the point where he couldn't even get creative no more. And he was just like, "Shut up, Wall!" like you ain't even creative. I'm just the wall now. Milk, egg,
right? That's what
cake
I am.
mix.
Right.
Like it was like he would go on and on, and then, like, you know, anything white he could think of, bread, crust, like everything.
This is where the attitude comes from.
That's where, you know what I'm saying. But
you ain't gonna call me banana pudding, no.
Man, dog, we got one more time.
One more time.
Yeah,
Right.
only time I ever got a hit on my brother.
Right.
Is like all this time we was
you talk
arguing.
about that in the book too.
Like all this time we was arguing and stuff. My brother would never beat me up.
Right.
He would always either just slam me or just hold me, but he would never go all the way there on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's big bro. Yeah. But one time my mom came and put him in a full Nelson. I said, "Oh, this my time." This is my time. That's the only hit I ever got on my brother. I got my hit off. I only got one though. It wasn't even a two-piece. I only got one. He broke out of that Ford Nelson. Hit me in my stomach so hard. He said, "You lucky that's all I do to you." But in my mind, I won.
Yeah, victory's mine.
Yeah, my brother would never take it. He would never take it there on me. Never. As much as I pushed him and antagonized him. And
he knew his little bro.
Yeah, I mean, still now.
One time.
One. That's it. I got my one. I got my one off.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Big Bro, man.
Yeah, shout out Big Bro, man. He's the best big brother, man. A lot of people ask me, like, how can you hoop, like, you know, or play football or anything? My brother 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
And I'm playing with him and his friends.
Oh, yeah.
So when I'm playing with kids my age, like, this is easy.
That's a walk in the park.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, you know,
For real.
like, why you ain't never scared? Bro, I played
I
against
had to
grown
walk
men.
down to the street to the hood and, like, really ball, like.
Dog, I'm playing against grown, drunk men.
Yeah, for real. For real. Seriously, dog.
Dog, Morgan Park Saturday?
Morgan Park.
Yeah,
Morgan
you
Park.
be
Yeah.
Every
Dog.
court up there.
The weed out game, 7-Eleven.
Them are some of the
7-Eleven
best.
shut
Yeah.
out.
But that
get
was
them
some of
out
the best basketball you could have ever in your life, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and it was great. And I even, you know,
Until something happened.
Yeah, but I had great big homies, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
guys like Rudy and you know Marcus, you know,
Right.
and they would always be like, nah, like this ain't for you.
Yeah.
They might
home.
drink,
Right.
but you need to go to the store and get you some
Yeah.
water,
You
drink some
better go
water out the
home,
fountain,
yeah,
get you a
yeah.
Gatorade.
Better go
You-
get something to drink.
yeah, like they always
Ice
like
cream truck come get.
yeah, like you know, but they
Yeah.
always was like no.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that. This ain't. And so, and
Right.
then, like, at first I was scared to hoop with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? He like, bro, ain't nobody gonna beat you up.
Yeah. Once you get, we
Then
need
once
you.
I got that in my head, like,
Yeah.
oh, ain't like nobody, like, man, I'm telling you, nobody gonna beat you up.
Yeah, do your shit.
It's cool. Yeah.
It's been up ever since. Like, man,
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Even if you do fight on the court, it ain't gonna be nothing but 10 seconds.
Right. Yeah. Before somebody. Yeah.
You lose in 10 seconds, bro. You meant to lose.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Actually, a street fight don't last more than 3
That's true.
punches.
That's true.
You gotta get yours first.
Yeah, for sure. Did you find it difficult coming out and, you know, showing that vulnerability writing this book?
Yeah,
You used
man.
a lot of
It took-
personal shit in there.
It took me a long time to complete it, just because of the vulnerability, just of being scared of will people feel it,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like will people respect it, will
Right.
people not even read it,
Yeah.
will people say you lying,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying, like I had
Yeah,
to go
man,
back
that's-
and
right.
take some stuff out, and
That's true.
because like I
Highly
don't,
critical. We come from Akron. You right.
man, and
Yeah.
it's a small,
Yeah,
like
that's
very
true.
concentrated,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
and like you know,
That's true.
certain stories
Never
about
thought.
certain people I had to take out.
Yeah.
Negative and positive, because like you don't know how everybody else is gonna take it
Yeah. Or
So-
where that's gonna jump a line and,
and go somewhere else that
Yeah.
I never intended
I
it
understand,
to be.
yeah.
So I had to take a step back. It took me like 3 years to be like, all right, I'm going like
This is it.
I'm done.
Right.
You know, I'm not. You know, and
Yeah.
then the editing process and all that other stuff, and so
Yeah. So doing the editing and shit. Like I know it's a lot of shit that you probably was like, all right, it's in here, but like I don't want this to be it. That's not gonna be it. It's in here, but I don't want it. And I'm sure a lot of people or the editors were like, oh no, we need to keep this or
you know, I mean, I had because that's my book.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I,
through
like,
and through,
that's
yeah.
mine, 100%.
Yeah, right.
I didn't go through
So
a
you have to
publishing
fight,
company.
yeah, okay.
Nobody
Yeah.
had to tell. Like that's what another reason why I did
That's what's up.
self publish.
Right.
So nobody can push me or force me
To try to
tell stories or
Yeah, that
make
would-
it more
yeah.
juicy, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
You're right.
Make it
Nah,
a
for real.
LeBron book.
Yeah.
You know,
some
like
shit like
say
that,
something
yeah.
negative about
Yeah,
or positive
anything,
about, like you know what I'm
anybody,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
no.
like I didn't
You're
want
right.
it to be
Right,
a
right.
LeBron book.
Yeah, I
Right.
understand.
I
Right,
didn't
it's your
want it to
story.
be a St.
It's
Vincent,
your
St.
story.
Mary
Yeah.
encapsulating. I want it to be my life story.
For sure.
And that was a part of my story, a big part, but that's not this story.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I
for
mean?
sure. Yeah,
And so
yeah,
like that's why
yeah, no,
I
it's real.
self-published first. Like I can always go back and sell it to a publishing company and
Right.
collect royalties and let them do all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever
but-
do a movie?
I don't want to do a movie.
Right.
Like, you know, if somebody was like, yo, we'll pay you to do a movie, I'm like, all right, go ahead. Like, you know, but I
Yeah.
personally have no desire of making that into a
Right.
movie. Like, you
Right,
know,
right,
I've been through a lot.
It's my life.
Yeah, like, and it, you know, for me, it's like, okay, like, it's cool. I
Right.
did it, but it's nothing that I want to, I'm not glorifying it. I'm
For
not
sure.
trying
There
to
you
put
go.
it on
Yeah,
display.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just something that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get other people to learn from my life or some things that I've done. And maybe you can implement some of these same things and be
right.
successful in your own right.
For sure.
Not just sports, like,
Yeah,
you know,
in life.
In life.
in
yeah,
life. Like,
yeah.
you know, like it took me a long time to realize what success really was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't chasing money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who did you lean on through that whole process?
I actually, my wife's cousin is actually an editor. So I wrote the book myself completely 100%,
Oh yeah, that's
sat
right.
down, typed it out.
all the way through.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. A
So,
lot of
like-
people don't do that. They have people write it for them.
No,
Right.
I did like I say when I say 100%, like I did
Right.
that.
Yeah.
It took me a while, like you know, because it's a lot of that is traumas that you're trying to work through because
Yeah.
you're going through life chronologically, so you're remembering stuff from certain ages and and it's taking you to certain places, and you like,
Sure.
Right.
and you know, even if I don't write about it, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, and so like that trauma is reopening old wounds, and so you had to get past that. Then you got to get past the part like, dang, I told this story, but I can't really tell this story. Let me take that out and tell a different story.
Yeah.
You know, and so like the whole process was difficult because I didn't really have nobody to lean on because it was my life.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
How
and
do
I
I
didn't
tell my life?
and I didn't want to lean on them, and they'd tell me their perspective,
Right.
and like that's not how I remember it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's my life.
My
I'm
memory may
telling-
be different from somebody else's, and my point of view might be different from somebody else's.
Real shit.
And it may actually not even be what happened to them, but it's what I saw
or how I felt.
and how I felt, or how that event affected me.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like some people actually felt some kind of way.
Right.
Because they like, well, I don't remember it like that. Well, this is not your book. If you
Yeah.
want to write your own book, like
You tell your
you
truth.
do your whatever you want to do.
Right.
And,
right,
you know,
right.
and like so, I spent most of my time going back, making sure I didn't hurt anybody's feelings, making sure I wasn't disrespectful, making sure that I tried to paint everybody in the best light possible, even people who I don't rock with at all.
Right.
I've never publicly because one of my friends, I actually spoke to Maverick Carter about it,
Right.
and he was like, just remember, everything once it's printed, it's out there forever.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And so once he said, like, that changed the whole dynamic, because I was about to go in on certain
Yeah, but the internet
aspects,
is
like,
forever, and I don't,
like, you know
I
what I'm
don't feel,
saying?
I don't feel that way about you now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, you
that
know,
shit
like
is forever, yeah.
certain people I wanted to go in on, like,
Yeah.
real, like,
right,
and
right.
tell my side of the story.
Right,
Like, you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
But I'm like, for one, that's petty.
Right,
For two, I'm not a mudslinger. For three, I'm not out here trying to
right.
step on nobody to get higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you
doubt.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So, and
Yeah,
that's
it
what
ain't
that
no
process
benefit
was
from
for
that
me.
shit. Yeah.
It was difficult though, because it's like you said,
It's part of my life story, yeah.
yeah, and it's real, and it really happened, and and you open yourself up, and you being vulnerable, and then you get to that point of like, okay, I'm cool with everything that could possibly come from this.
Right. So like I know a lot of that is a healing journey, right? In a way too. Like, you know what I'm saying? You type in your life out and you learn the shit about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Was there things that like you didn't cope with or didn't know that you didn't cope with growing through your life?
I mean,
that
even
in
now,
typing?
when I got to the parts about my father,
Right.
like, you know, like that was very difficult for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Because, you know, as a young child, you don't understand.
yeah.
But as an adult,
sure.
I fully
Right. It's
understand.
like I'm a father, as a father.
Yeah, as a father, a husband, a baby daddy also.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you
no,
fully
yeah.
understand
Right.
what he was dealing with,
Uh-huh.
but he also had other demons that he was dealing
Right.
with.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And, you know, and now I get it. Before my dad died, we made peace.
Right.
You know, he died
Yeah,
in
that's the
2018, and before he died,
To get that piece. Yeah.
like we actually made, like he's never seen, before that,
Right.
he never got to see his grandkids. Like my kids, I would say.
Right.
So I would never take my kids to see him. I'm like, he wasn't no dad. He don't get to be a granddad.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was crazy because in June I came home from overseas. I took all my kids to see him. We hung out for hours. He died in July.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Sorry
just
to hear
that.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry to hear
but
that,
so
man.
like
That's-
catching up, coming back and shit. Did it feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, was it like a normal day in the office when y'all met when y'all came back home?
No,
and
no,
everything
it was
cool?
great. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Because for me, I didn't hold any anger towards him.
Okay.
Like, more so, I was more like disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, dang, you really a sucker for real.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. Like,
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, you took the easy way out.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know my mom.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, my mom's a strong black woman.
Right.
Mostly because she had to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, just because we've all dealt with women, we've all made mistakes.
sure.
And how hard is it to go back to that woman after you made that
Like,
mistake?
yo, I fucked up and let's
Yeah,
fix
like,
this.
you know what
How
I'm
do we
saying? He
fix this?
took the sucker way out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
no
yeah.
disrespect to him being dead, but that's just
Right.
what he did.
Yeah. No,
And you know, and for me, like, I wanted to do that.
Right.
And I felt like, man, why do I feel like it's okay to take the easy way out? And then once you peel them layers back, like, oh, I know
this is
where it
what
came
is,
from.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I had to face everything and stand on it. Every mistake I've ever made, every
for sure.
untruth I've ever told, or everything I said I was going to do and didn't do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to face that. I had to look that right
down
in
the face, yeah.
and be a man about it.
Hell yeah.
And so like that's one of the things that I urge my kids to do is to, if you make a mistake, just stand on it. I made a mistake.
Own up
How
to
can
it.
we fix it?
Right.
That's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.